Hello, let's have another try at Echo Knight. This time I have much better echoes. So a lot of extra health, some fire damage. Damage taken is decreased by 40%, which I hope is enough. That will not help me. Invincibility, well, I already lost it. Elemental damage, critical hit chance. So I have a critical hit chance of 10%. Also health on stagger, 30% more damage, but my stamina doesn't regenerate that much. I have one extra life. More stamina, poise defense increased, lifesteal increased as well, and 10% chance to deal fire damage, and I hope this will be enough. As for my gear, well, basically a big shield, and just increased hit damage, and the other stuff, well, it's hard to do. So let's hope this will be enough. That's the form room. Oh, I guess I'm still invulnerable.
Just grant me peace!
Just a second, we'll get your peace. I kind of dislike how this fire is permanent. Also, I'm barely moving. Try that again. I kind of dislike how he does that.
Free me!
Can you just die? Well, I might regret that. Now this is the hard part.
Let me rest!
Oh, don't go away. Just let me eat my cake. No, man, I will have to just block. Finally defeated him. Okay, get away from him so he doesn't kill me like last time. That was horrible. I'm not doing this ever again. It takes so... Oh, that's a unique weapon. I might do this again if he gives me unique weapons. Based on missing health. What? This is one of the worst combinations I've seen so far. Yeah, it gives you a weapon filled with runes, but it's a one-handed weapon that loses damage, loses health, damages me on damage dealt. Well, the most useless thing I could have gotten from him. But we did get the Greaves of Silence. I guess you get max tier items to level 16. Interesting, so I can enchant the pants. The pants are actually the best thing I've gotten so far. So disappointed about that weapon. But there it is, a big boss battle that was won by just defending. What? It goes on for more? What do you mean not? Room number 11. This is all junk. I want good items, not junk. So you don't finish the tier and then you just simply get to open another thingy? Okay. We are moving so slowly. Yeah, let's hope for better loot here. This chest over here. Yeah, I guess at least I got one item that was an upgrade. Huh? So, what are these coins? Wait, what? They just give me another window of death? That's horrible. Are they at least expensive? They're not even good to sell. That's annoying. They give me another ring that is exactly like the one I have. Flashing dodge. Interesting. I guess I got unlucky with the loot, but I'm not going to do this a lot more times. I think you should do this a couple of times. That should be enough. Challenge completed, the Trial of Ember. Now, what does this mean?
Please, tell me as soon as you learn.
Man. No, we cannot go to the next level. So how are you supposed to use those? Oh, wow. Where are you supposed to use the Fallen Ember? No, there has to be more to this than that.
Please, tell me as soon as...
But I found something else. Of the Echo Knights. Can I have them join me in fighting the demons? Wonder what was that all about? And so now I can change this stuff. Not much to change, to be honest. I'll just lower my dexterity so I'll have a little more health. Oh, so that's what you do, the Fallen Ember. I guess not much I can do with the equipment load. I think it's okay if I leave it at 85. More focus would be nice, but ultimately kind of useless way to... Okay, looks like I have a lot of Fallen Ember. I have 200, I didn't even realize this. So let's see how we are supposed to use them actually. I guess you just use it and that's that. Then you put it on a weapon or an item. And then I can remove... What do you mean? I have a shield that cannot block? Lose focus on damage taken. I guess it's still a reroll, so you cannot remove it completely. You just reroll the bad stuff. You know what? Jane focus is great. I love it. Just keep it there. I want to destroy that. Take 24. Oh, wow. So I guess this is not as good as it might sound, because you cannot really remove the negatives. But full focus, wow, some of this stuff is horrible. So I guess you have to reroll until we get something that is not as bad. You know what? I think I should have just left it as it was. Equipment load decreased by... oh, and that will make me encumbered, sure. And that's even worse. I'm trying to have a tank build. So I guess it's still randomized and you need a lot of max. And you know what? Max, it's great. Leave it as it was. Okay, but I think it would be more interesting to see what rerolls we get on our good items. I think I'll keep this armor. Regenerate health. So I guess the issue is that some items will have 5 enchantments, some items will have 3 enchantments. I guess it's... oh, so that's the big deal about it. You cannot add more enchantment slots. So you have to enchant an item until it gets 5 slots. Interesting. Well, I guess this is fine. No, I'll leave that as it is because it's pretty good. I like it. Item weight. Dagger healing. So as you can see, I have healing increased by these 2 items, so I think I'll just leave them like that. I don't parry, so I guess that's not such a big deal. Okay, actually the fallen embers are not as useful as I thought they would be, to be honest, but I guess they can change the negative stats in a certain roll, but they cannot really add more enchantment slots. But maybe let's test it out. I haven't really tried it. No, they can, what? They can even change the gem? No, I cannot change that. I guess it's good if you want to change a certain attribute you don't like. Oh, gain stamina on parry. That would be great if I was parrying. Hit resistance. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed by this mechanic. I guess you still need to find the best items you can, but... I don't know, you can find great items in the beginning and just use Fallen Ember on them. But it seems like they're not really helping me for the endgame that much. What did I complete over here? Oh, complete one. Okay, I did that.
Beat a path of order through the...
Okay, let's see some other stuff. Because again, I am not very experienced in the game, but I can show a lot of stuff in the endgame. So technically, I can enchant some... I guess the only thing I cannot really change anything. So it seems like you really are not left with many options.
Good day.
On the other hand, I can just upgrade my thingy more. I'm a bit disappointed because it's not as powerful as some streamers or other influencers I watched said so, because it seems to reroll the stat in the same margin. And it doesn't remove the negatives and it doesn't make the positives much better. So this is a free enchantment. It's 2 out of 3 because that's the rarity we got. That's even worse, 1 out of 3. So can we add, let's say... Yeah, you can add the enchantments, but if it only has a free enchantment slot, you cannot add beyond that, which is kind of disappointing as well. I don't know. I guess you're stuck with what you get. This is already pretty good, so... meh. So your best chance is to get an item that has 5 enchantments slots on it and then add it with the Fallen Ember on it. But if you don't get it, it seems like you're going to be stuck for a long time. All the same stuff. I guess I got lucky with my shield, and I think I'll just keep it as it is because I might get worse things. You know what? Let's test it out even more. Stamina recovery. Well, I guess that's okay as it is. And I guess you can add the enchantments to these new pants, so let's see what we can get on it. Healing increase based on durability is nice because I can exalt that trait. Not after dodging. Item durability. That's kind of useless. I guess we can keep the plague resistance since I had issues with it. Seems like the worst one is, or the most useless one is this one. No, movement speed after kill. I like it. I'll keep it. So right now I guess the challenge for the end game is to simply find items with 5 enchantments and then use your Fallen Embers on it so you can get better enchantments.
I see the glitch.
Also farming the husks. Oh, not the husks, I mean the pestilence for endgame materials so you can increase
Will be half as strong as my word.
the traits you want to keep. It's a combination of using the Fallen Ember to get a trait you want and then exalting it with the materials from the pestilence. But also a combination of doing the daily and the bounties, because these are the ones that will give you decent items. Otherwise you have to craft them. Yeah, look at this. So I guess if it has 5 enchantments, then it will automatically come with the negative side. Huh, I like it. Let's see if I can craft some armor that is good enough to be enchanted.
Sacrament
Sarah didn't know how bad the woods had gotten.
We can restore history.
Okay, at least it doesn't cost any money. So basically in the end game, money is the most useless resource we have. And the most important one will be the pestilence materials, which are very hard to get because you have to clear an area. And sometimes clearing an area can take, I don't know, I don't want to exaggerate, but usually it takes 10 to 15 minutes. But it can also take 30 minutes depending on the area. And if you don't know your way around the game. What can... oh yeah. I have the Bull and Knight armor set because I found something very interesting. Your inventory is full. Yeah, you have to go to the random vendor daily for a chance to get something cool like this. And I got something cool like this in the form of the armor set, the Bull and Knight armor set. Okay, let's go back out, sell the stuff, and then come back over here. Yeah, I guess this is the end game. Not much to comment on it. It is what it is.
Temple of the Seeker. Sarah.
Eyes up.
Yeah, I'll have to make another video about the end game content and how to use it properly. Because this is just experiment. Believe me, this is... you need so much time to get to this point. And when you get to this point, you need to farm those pestilence. And they can be horrible. Once I spent 5 minutes looking for a single enemy to kill. Not even that good to sell. Did I lose armor because I equipped these pants? I guess I have to make sure I get other armor. And that's going to take a lot of rerolls, and there's no point. Like I said, you need to get the ones with 5 enchantments. You're going to roll for the best stuff. So always keep a torch, trust me. Yeah, so over here this guy will have a daily blueprint, and sometimes it will be armor, sometimes it will be something else. I got lucky and it was armor today. Yeah. And I guess I have to farm Fallen Ember for days, since the shops will not modify their inventories at
Is
all.
your faith stronger than a claw?
Yes, it is. But the only thing I want to keep on this armor, to be completely honest, is the burn damage. Or I could just upgrade it as it is, since it's pretty good. So let's make some helmets. And let's see if we can get 5...
My expertise is this is the hour when we stand strong.
I thought Marin was safe.
yeah, let's see if we can get 5 enchantment slots on it. But it's still pretty expensive and time consuming because of stuff like this. On the other hand, at least I have some armor to craft. I like how the armor looks. The hats are completely ridiculous. The gloves. Do I want to keep the gloves? No, let's make some gloves and some helmets. Oh, the soft leather will be a problem. So the supple hide is going to be turned into soft leather. Yeah, endgame is not that fun. I don't like it, it's a lot of waiting around. They should just complete it immediately. I don't know why you have a timer. So I cannot really make a lot of those. Or maybe a helmet, and yeah. And you also need a bear pose, and you need a lot of them. So crafting and enchanting is out of the question, because it just takes too long. On the other hand, this is just level 11, so after I upgrade it, it will be much better. Make some a helmet and some gloves. As for the weapons, I don't think I want anything from the weapons. Sunbeam. Why is the sunbeam so good? That's 6 damage. The 2 coral piercer sunbeam. Why is this so damaging? 237. I guess it's because it's an endgame weapon. Okay, so I guess this means we have to put... Search. We have to put all of these things to work. From now on I have to change all of these. I have to change all of these items to refined materials. That kind of looks interesting. It looks like a lamp on the ceiling. Anything else I want to look at over here? Not really. So let's test out the Fury if we can do that. This is all pretty much pointless unless the developers introduce more endgame content or rebalance the current gameplay. It seems like it's a bad joke to even try and attempt to do this. Might as well just buy from the vendors. On the other hand, if you get very lucky with some recipes, you can get some very cool items. It's only slightly better, but that's because it's higher level. I guess the stats are a little better. Okay, we have to make all of the thingies work.
I guarantee it out exploring.
Bear paws are actually hard to get. I guess you have to buy those as well. I guess you should buy all of the animal parts, since they seem to be a little harder to get.
Nothing sings like steel.
Nothing. So, did this guy get something more interesting at some point? I guess not. I think it would be more beneficial for the players to upgrade the vendors more so they can get other stuff, or maybe a chance to randomize the items, because getting always the same stuff is kind of annoying. So I had to upgrade the shield from level 4
Victory is born in Forge.
to level 13.
Good day.
To upgrade, for example, my weapon further, I will need a Torn Husk. I guess I can trade for some stuff and upgrade it, but seems like that would be a little bit annoying. Yeah, I'll have to do that. So we'll have to do a lot of Pestilence runs, so we can get better gear, so we can attempt to do more Crucible runs to get better stuff. But as you saw, I also need better food, so it's a never-ending chain.
Wow, I felt.
Never-ending chain. Never-ending cycle. Okay. So we got a 5 enchantment item that was crafted by us, and now we just have to... Well, it's not as goofy, but I like it. So let's see what are the chances of adding good enchantments. Bomb. Oh, minus 10% damage taken. Okay, so now it has 5 enchantments. Armor decreased. Oh, that's so bad. The developers are not joking. This is seriously messed up. I guess you have to be lucky with an unrepairable, and then you should get never loses durability on it, but that's even worse or harder to get. Okay, let's try and get the other good stuff. I don't use bombs. Yeah, let's fix this one first. Need fire damage on the helmet. So I guess you always will need one indestructible, so you're just upgrading it from 3 slots to 4 slots, which is not really worth it, because most of the time the bad thing is too bad. Okay, that's hard to imagine. Doesn't seem like this is working very well, because I always have to click over there. This is not fun at all. 4% health per rune attack. So I guess if you want to keep all of your good stats, you'll have to select a bad stat that is not that bad. Otherwise, you'll have to go with less enchantments. Healing. Okay, damage taken decreased based on durability is not that bad. I guess it means at max durability we take 10% less damage. And this is killing me. It looks like it's almost impossible to get the stuff you want. So even if you have 200 of these things, it might not be enough to make a proper set of items. Rats. I guess you can also just craft any old item and then simply upgrade it, so we don't need to do it like that. Which means you'll have to go every day and buy the items in the enchantment until you enchant them until you get the thing you want. This is not working out very well. I only managed to get 2 stats that I want. Why is it still giving me the bomb chance? I guess it's hard-coded. No, it's hard-coded. Oh, this is a huge disappointment. Stopped working. so it just recycles the same stuff you got. So it's basically impossible to get new traits. You only get the max about 5. So even with all of this stuff, you'll have to do this multiple times until you get the trait you want on the rotation. Because it seems like they are only rotating 5 traits. What? This is crazy. What are the developers thinking? They're just making it not worth it at all to even attempt to do something like this. Yeah, that's how it's working. Well, I guess it's worth it to have indestructible and unrepairable, so you never have to repair your gear again. Fall damage. Oh no. Super disappointed by this turn of events. I guess we'll have to make do with what we have. Which means we have to buy everyday equipment. So for example, now I need to buy greaves or pants and gloves and then be lucky with them. Oh well, see you next time. Bye bye.